Hello children, welcome back to question number 3 of same problem set 29. We had completed till question number 2. Now this is question number 3. Complete the following table by filling in the blanks. But we are not going to fill in the blanks, we are going to solve the sum. So each question, that is each blank, will be our one sum. See, for example, this is our first sum where radius is 4 cm, we have to find out the diameter. Second sum, diameter 16 cm, radius we need to find out. Third sum and fourth sum. Let us see how to solve it. First sum, radius is given as 4 cm, diameter we need to find out, so question mark. So diameter d is equal to 2 into radius. This is the formula, or radius into 2. Therefore d. Now this d I can write down only when I write in my data diameter comma d is equal to 2 into 4. Radius is 4, so substitute in that place. Therefore d is equal to 8 centimeter. So diameter is equal to 8 centimeter. Simple sums, we can, from here itself we can understand that radius is 4 centimeter, diameter will be 8 centimeter, because radius is 2 times the diameter, twice the length of the diameter. Second sum, diameter is given as 16 centimeter and radius we need to find out. So radius is equal to diameter divided by 2, or you can also write down as radius is equal to half into diameter. So therefore r is equal to, diameter is 16 upon 2. Cancel. 2 1s are 2 8s are 16. If you don't know this cancellation, go for division. 16 divided by 2. So 2 8s are 16. 8 is the answer. Radius is equal to 8 centimeter. Therefore radius is 8 centimeter. Now we will see the third sum. I had already solved the first and second so that we save time. Third sum, if at all you didn't understand, radius r 9 centimeter, diameter d is equal to question mark. So radius r is equal to 2 into d, or you can keep the same formula, diameter d is equal to 2 into radius. That will be better for you. So d is equal to 2 into radius, which is equal to 2 into 9, which is equal to 18 centimeter. So therefore d is equal to 18 centimeter. Okay, everywhere just write down d, children. The final answer, diameter is equal to 18 centimeter. Okay, simple to understand. Now the fourth sum, diameter d is 22 centimeter, radius we need to find out. So formula, radius is equal to d upon 2. So just write down that radius is equal to d upon 2. You get half mark to write the correct formula. Therefore r is equal to 22 upon 2. So if you don't know this cancellation, go for division. You should learn to cancel. In 2's table we find 11. 2 11s are 22. So 2 1s are 2. 2 11s are 22. Or divide it. 2 11s are 22. So radius is how much? 11 centimeter. So write down the final answer. Radius is 11 centimeter. Underline the answer with double line, children. So this is how it is easy to solve. We go on for the next, interior and exterior of a circle. Hope you must have understood in the previous video. Once more I will explain interior and exterior of a circle. The circumference divides a circle into two parts, interior and exterior. Interior means inside of the circle and exterior means the outer surface, outer area of the circle. So here we can see points P, Q, T, R are in the interior of the circle, and point B, D, C and A are on the outside, that is exterior. And on the circle, point K, N, L and M are on the circle. We used to play land and sea, children. You must be not aware. Land and sea inside a circle on the playground. We used to play on the plane surface and little higher surface, that is the steps. Okay, so steps used to be the land and the floor used to be the sea. So here it is a circle where children will be standing in circle and the game will start. There will be one person who will be the player, who will be standing somewhere out or inside and will be counting numbers from 10 to 1 or 0, or will sing a song and stop and will say land. So all the children have to stand in land. Suppose this is land outside and inside is sea. So when the player says land, all children have to stay on the outside. But if anyone by mistake stands inside the circle, then they are out. So this way it used to go on. So that is what land and sea. So you know, inside the circle there are few points, outside the circle there are few points. Also there are few points marked on the circle. Always remember, a circle is made by infinite points. Now we go on for problem set 30. So problem set 30, in the table below, write the names of the points in the interior and exterior of the circle and those on the circle. So three things: points in the interior, points in the exterior and points on the circle we need to write down. So look at the figure also, children. So there are some points which are inside the circle, outside the circle and on the circle. Points in the interior of the circle. So points which are inside: point Y, point R, point T and point X. They are in the interior of the circle. So this is how you will write down: point Y. You can write on points and put a colon, points Y, or single point Y, point R, point T, point X. So point Y, comma, point R, T and X. So these are the 4 points which are inside the circle, that is interior of the circle. Now let us points in the exterior of the circle, outside. Which are the points? Point W, M and Z. Point W, point M and point Z. So in general we can write down points. Which are the points, children? W, M and Z. You can write and Z. So points in the exterior also done. Now points on the circle. Points on the circle. So on the circle, how many points are marked? Have a look at it properly. Point P and point N. Sometimes children make a mistake, which is close here, they'll say point M also. No, point P and point N are marked on the circle. So here you write down point P and point N. So this is done, children. This is your problem set 30. Circumference of a circle, children, is nothing but the boundary of a circle, the rim. Okay, the edge of a circle is called as the circumference of a circle. And you know, the boundary of any figure is called as perimeter. So instead of circumference, we can call perimeter also. But since it is in a circular shape, we call it as circumference of the circle. So you can see here objects. That person is trying to measure the objects. So any rounded object, you can take a string and put it around it and measure it, and then take it and measure it with the help of a scale. So any round object, if at all you go to straighten that, you will find that it is a straight line. In a circle, we have the arcs. Arc is nothing but it is the part of the circle, part of the circumference. So you can see here easily, clearly. What is arc of a circle? It is just the part of the circle. Now we proceed with problem set 31, which is the last exercise in this chapter, children. So first question, in the figure given alongside points S, L, M and N are on the circle. Answer the questions with the help of the diagram. There are points on the circle S, L, M, N. First question, sub-question in that is, write the names of the arcs with endpoints S and M. With endpoints S and M. So keeping S and M, endpoints, children. So our arc is always named with 3 letters. 2 letters also, but preferably 3 letters. See here. So they are telling with endpoints S and M. So if S and M are the endpoints, so this is forming an arc. You can see. So arc S, L, M, and on the other side arc S and M. A circle gets divided because of this point, endpoints S and M. So this is a minor arc because it's a smaller portion, and this is the major arc because it's covering the larger portion. So that is one arc S, L, M and arc S and M. Write the names of the arcs with the endpoints L and N. Now we have to take L and N as the endpoints. So that will be arc L, M, N and arc L, S, N. Remember, children, both the arc will have L, N as the endpoints. Okay, L, M, N, L, S, N. So these two I will show you. So the first part I have already written. The names of the arcs with endpoints S and M are arc SLM and arc SNM. The names of the arcs with endpoints L and N are arc LMN and arc LSN. See, L and N are endpoints. So here you will have at the end also L and N. L and N. Getting it? Now we move on for the second question. Second figure. Write the names of arcs that points A, B, C and D in the given circle give rise to. Here you can see A, B, C, D. They are saying write the names of the arcs that these points are giving rise to. So if the points are marked, the circle can be divided into 2. Major and minor, or it could be a semicircle. Semicircle means complete half circle. So here we are interested to only give the names of the arcs that the points are creating. So if I consider endpoints A and C endpoints, so this side ABC, arc ABC and arc ADC. If I consider endpoints D and B, then I have an arc BAD and arc BCD. Hope it's clear, children. So here it is, I have written down endpoints A and C, we get arc ABC and arc ADC, CAC, AC, AC, endpoints. With endpoints B and D, arc BAD and arc BCD. Now we will go for the third one. Third question, children, once more. Give the names of the arcs that are made by points P, Q, R, S and T in the figure. So if I consider P and R as the endpoint, then the arc PQR and arc PTR. I have to ignore this S. Second time arc PQR, and I will take arc PSR because there are 2 points. So turn by turn I will take these points. Then if I consider arc Q and T as the end point, then I will have an arc as arc QPT and arc QST or arc QRT. Hope it's clear. If I take the endpoints as R and T, then I have arc RST and arc RQT or arc RST and arc RPT. If I take the arc children Q and S endpoints, then I will have the arc QRS and arc QPS. Then once more, arc QRS and arc QTS. So wherever there are 2 points on whichever side, you have to take those arcs one by one. I'll show you the written part. So here it is with endpoints P and R, we get arc PQR and arc PTR. Arc PQR and arc PSR. Minor arc remains the same, but on the other side there are 2 points on the major arc, so we have to mention both. With endpoints Q and S, we get arc QRS and arc QPS, arc QRS and arc QTS. Endpoints will always be the same in both the arc. These are pairs, children. An arc has always got a pair. With endpoints R and T, we get arc RST and arc RQT, arc RST and arc RPT. With endpoints Q and T, we get arc QPT and arc QRT, arc QPT and arc QST. If I take the endpoints P and S, arc PTS and arc PQS, arc PTS and arc PRS. So like this, the more number of points in the circle, the more number of arcs you are going to get. You can practice with more figures. You can draw your own circle, mark the points and try to write about the arcs. Now homework, children, question number 4. It's an activity. Measure and note down the circumference of different circular objects. That's why I gave a number, at least 5 objects. You can do it more, but at least 5 objects. Measure and note down the circumference of different circular objects. Now circular object, how are you going to measure? You need radius or you need diameter, but objects circular. So simple, take a string, daga, string, and you place it. Now for example, there is an object, cap of a bottle. You take a string and you place it at this end, hold it with your finger and put it round this, touch here, okay, hold it and then take to a ruler. In your ruler, open the thread and you measure how big is the object. Straighten the string and you see how big is the object and you write down the measurement of that object. Okay, that is the circumference we are measuring. Okay, not the radius, not the diameter, but circumference. So like this, 5 objects, bangles. You can take your sister's or mother's bangles or any round object. You take and make a note in your maths notebook. So that is all. We have completed circle chapter, children. Hope you are practicing for exam. There's one more chapter to go, that is fractions. So see you soon. Thank you. Take care.